Mr. Trump,
I have said that. Don't come with me without my permission?
Mr. Trump, you're the head of Boston Financial Group, worth over $1 trillion. What kind of woman couldn't you get? Why do you lower yourself to be a bodyguard for Miss Swan?
Catch him?
Don't run, stop.
Where do you live? I'll ask the bodyguards to send you back.
Thank you. How should I repay you in the future?
Claudia Swan, when you grow up, remember to protect me?
Okay, it's a deal. 20 years ago, she saved me. This is my promise to her.
But
Don't mention it anymore. Today, she would get married to a jerk. Don't delay me from destroying the wedding.
Claudia, this jade bracelet is an ancestral heirloom of the Robert family. I'll give it to you today.
Whoa, what's going on?
Claudia, listen to my explanation. I only take Kristen as my younger sister. It's not what you see.
You are just taking off your clothes while taking her as your sister. Everyone have seen it today. It is Zach Robert who betrayed me. It's not that I broke off the engagement.
Miss Swan, I'll do the dirty work.
How dare you break the ancestral heirloom of the Robert family? Do you want to die?
Ryan Martin.
Take me away.
Okay.
Stop them.
Claudia, why, I don't have much time left due to the stomach cancer. My only wish is that you can marry a capable man to rely on.
Grandma, I won't marry Zach Robert. But I have already married with the founder of Boston Financial Group. Tomorrow is your 80th birthday. I will bring him here to see you. You? Marry me.
Could she have discovered my identity?
I didn't expect that as a Miss Swan from a rich family. I marry a bodyguard. You, starting tomorrow, you pretend to be Mr. Trump?
I'm Mr. Trump after all.
I'm just asking you to pretend to be Mr. Trump and make Zach Robert embarrassed. You're really considering yourself as Mr. Trump.
It seems that Miss Swan really likes scumbags. You don't hesitate to spend a lot of money on acting and take Mr. Trump as a tool to make him embarrassed.
How is this possible? What I hate the most in my life are deception and betrayal. I won't forgive him.
What if one day you find that I also lie to you?
Then I will not forgive you?
It seems that for the fact that I'm Mr. Trump, I can only find another chance in the future to tell Miss Swan.
After we see Grandma tomorrow, we get divorced. I'll give you $5 million as a reward. Bring your car over here, take me home.
Claudia, from the moment you saved me, I'm sure it's you. In this life you can't escape. Yes, sir, my Miss Swan.
Mr. Trump,
Why are you here again? What if it's discovered?
boss, I heard that you messed up the wedding. I'm just worried that something might happen to you.
The one who dares to provoke me has not been born yet in Boston. However, there is indeed an accident. I get married.
Congratulations, boss. Win the beauty's heart. We're here to pick you up and go home with madam.
Wait a minute. She couldn't remember saving me when we were young. I hope she can recall it one day and fall in love with me.
Boss, why don't you tell her that? You're the head of Boston Financial Group.
She hates deception the most. If she finds out I lied to her, I'm afraid she's gonna kill me. I'll wait until she falls in love with me.
I never thought a powerful man like you turns out to be henpecked.
do I look like? Mr. Trump in this outfit?
You are Mr. Trump. How could you ask that? To be honest, in this outfit, you don't look like a decisive boss.
Never mind. You guys can leave now. I'll drive my wife home.
How could he look like a boss in a bodyguard's uniform? But Mr. Trump becomes amiable now that he's married. Let's go.
What a shabby car.
My car is very easy to drive. Look, the car lights are like little eyes. How cute they are.
All right, let's go.
Let me help you.
Come on, hurry up.
What? Have you fallen in love with me? Your heart is pounding.
Don't mess around, or I'll deduct your salary.
Yes, Miss Swan.
That's crazy. What's so special about this bodyguard? Why is my heart racing over him?
We'll definitely keep up with them and protect them.
Hey, Ryan, look behind us. Someone seems to be following us. It appears to be Robert family's car.
Damn, why are they following us? My real identity is about to be exposed? Looks like Albert doesn't want his salary anymore. Miss Swan, you changed your mind at the last minute. Why did you bring me to this mall?
Mr. Trump is someone who owns 10 billion yuan. He's a plutocrat. Your outfit will. Let the cat out of the bag tomorrow. These three are all world-class limited edition, designed by top designers. The fabric material costs 1 million yuan per meter. I'm in a good mood today. Go check them out. Pick whatever you like. I'll pay the bill.
Miss Swan, you're so generous. Then I won't turn you down.
Hey! Our clothes are not for stinky bodyguards like you to touch if it gets dirty. Can you afford the compensation? A silk scarf alone is worth more than you. How dare a bodyguard come to our store?
An employee like you.
Dares to ridicule me, you look. Attractive, though. You sold yourself, so don't mention dignity.
Who are you calling a gigolo? This is my husband. Not to mention a scarf I can buy, the entire store.
What do you want to buy? Boston Financial Group enforces a minimum consumption rule?
I didn't bring my card with me. Write a check and I'll pay it later.
Let me see. It's not that you didn't bring a card. You brought a gigolo and pretend to be rich to shop here. I've met many fake socialites like you.
You
can pack your belongings and get lost now.
Huh, I work for Boston Financial Group. Only Mr. Trump can fire me. What makes you think you can? Dream on.
Ryan Martin, I wanted you to. Act in front of my grandma. I didn't make you believe. You're Mr. Trump for real?
I think you're very good at acting if you can. Fire me now.
How dare you? Are you courting death?
Albert, what did I do wrong? I won't do it again.
Don't you know who you've offended? You beg for mercy. Get lost. Boss, sorry. This subordinate was blind. Please pardon me.
What? This is Mr. Trump's right-hand man, Albert. Why did he call you boss?
Albert spat it out. My identity is about to be exposed. I have a solution. Ah, old friend. Long time no see.
Oh, old Martin. Haven't seen you for quite a while.
Who are you? You're Mr. Lee, the Mr. Trump assistant. Why did you call Ryan Martin boss?
Mrs. Martin? Martin sent me a message. I'm just here to smooth things over.
That's right. If you are Mr. Trump, Mr. Lee, Since you two are old friends, then I'll help you improve your performance. This one, this one, this one. I want all of them. Put on the most expensive clothes. As for the rest, wrap them all up.
All right. Boss, what's going on?
It's me, a poor bodyguard, is be requested, pretend to be Mr. Trump, to deal with her family.
You're playing a role as yourself. It's fun enough. No, Boston is yours. Is that necessary, to act as a poor guy? To this point, why did you ask Madame to buy it for you? Ah.
Aren't you still mine, poor friend?
Accompanying the emperor was akin to accompanying a tiger. It's not an easy job.
I didn't expect that. Put on the custom-made suit of Boston, you looks pretty good.
Mr. Trump always mysteriously appears and disappears. What if I expose myself?
You don't understand? The less people knew about it, it's easy to pretend. Who knew that the difference between a copy and an authentic version?
Miss Swan is really smart. Always do the best choice.
Don't park the car here. If someone finds out, what should I do? Stop over there. Go to the corner of the corridor. Don't be discovered.
Okay, you go in first. I'll be right there.
Hurry up. Grandma. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Why hasn't your husband arrived yet?
Didn't Miss Swan's husband run away from the wedding? How is this possible that her husband would come?
Ryan caused me to be ridiculed. I must deduct his salary.
Grandma, happy birthday. This is a birthday present I chose carefully for you. Do you like it?
Don't try to get close to me. You are not welcome.
Claudia, I know you're still angry with me. I apologize to you, but there is nothing going on between Zach Robert and me.
What bitchy couple you are. Just looking at you makes me sick. Go away.
Claudia, Kristen has explained it to you. Why can't you move on?
You're the one who cheated on me, yet you are accusing of me being unreasonable. A playboy. A bitch, you're really a perfect match. I wish you be together forever.
Claudia, I just treat Kristen as a younger sister. I know you're angry. How about this? We can pick a good date. A few days later, we'll make up for the last wedding. How about this?
I don't want a dirty man like you. I'm already married. My husband is Mr. Trump of Boston Financial Group. He is 10,000 times better than you. Stop pestering me.
Claudia, don't joke with me. With my family status, in Boston, even I'm not qualified, to build ties with Boston Financial Group, how could you marry Mr. Trump?
Right, Claudia, it's not a shame that you're not married. It's shameful to lie. Don't tell me you just married a random bodyguard.
Claudia, you don't have to lie to me. I will find you a good husband.
Grandma.
Even your grandma doesn't believe you if you really married Mr. Trump. Why don't you invite him to show up?
Right, ask him to show up and let's see whether he is Mr. Trump or not.
Claudia did not lie.
Right. Please come out and let me have a look. Whether he is Mr. Trump or not.
Claudia did not lie. Claudia is right. I am Claudia's husband, Mr. Trump. Claudia, Grandma. Sorry, I'm late.
Grandma, this is my real husband.
You are Mr. Trump, Claudia's husband.
This is my grandma. My real name is Ryan Martin.
Great. I feel relieved, Claudia. Can marry you, who are so capable and reliable. I hope you guys would have a warm and happy life.
His height is about 1.8 meters. His appearance is comparable to that of a top star. He is still wearing the luxury restrictions of Boston Financial Group. It's really Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump is the richest man. Married with him is better than marrying Zach Robert. I heard that. There was a dragon-shaped birthmark on him. It means that his life is extraordinary.
Grandma, if you don't feel well, you can rest first. Ryan and I will receive the guests on your behalf.
Great, you're so good and sensible. I'm leaving now.
You're really good at pretending.
Thank you for your compliment, my darling. This is your credit.
But the richest man, Mr. Trump, how could he drive such a car?
You don't understand the preferences of the rich. Ryan likes the commoner's stuff. It proves that he is approachable.
This kind of car is only $20,000. I don't even like them. The richest man, Mr. Trump, would drive?
Even if the Swan family is influential, it cannot reach the level of Boston Financial Group. I guess he is the actor who acts Mr. Trump?
Found by Claudia Swan, you can't afford even one famous car.
If Zach Robert still doesn't give up, Ryan Martin would definitely be exposed. Ryan, don't you still have work to do? Go ahead with your work.
Don't worry. Why are you in such a hurry to leave? If you're really in a hurry to leave, you're a fake?
It's not your turn to question my identity. How dare you? Who do you think you are? The man who can stop me haven't been born yet.
All the young talents in Boston look like me. You're just a poor guy. Even you have worked for a life. You couldn't even afford a tire.
Whose car is this? Such a grand spectacle.
It must belong to Zach Robert, except for him. Who else would be so wealthy? It can't belong to this imposter?
Until now, no one came out to identify the car. It must be some rich and powerful person who parked here for the moment. I could use it to make a splash anyway. It couldn't belong to Ryan Martin. Small scene in Robert family. This car is nothing. Wait a minute. I'll arrange my people to drive you home. Let's go back to the banquet hall first. Enjoy our meals.
Zach Robert, you're so shameless. Your skin must thicker than a city wall. How dare you claim my convoy under your name?
With just you, what? I sold you?
You said it's your car. Do you have the car keys?
Fine. If you say that this car is yours, take out your car keys. This must a luxury car key model, you pauper. Don't try to scare me.
Mr. Trump.
Darling, I know you want to keep a low profile, but this motorcade was the cheapest I could find. Zach, when we're in front of others, we define ourselves. You're putting on an act in front of me. Don't you feel embarrassed?
I didn't expect Ryan to be so capable. He has excellent acting skills. I almost believed it. Zach, since he's proven it, you should apologize to him.
What? No way? Don't think you can fool me.
Zach, calm down. I heard that Mr. Trump's left chest has a dragon-shaped birthmark. If Ryan doesn't have it, he isn't Mr. Trump.
Right. Do you have that birthmark?
Why should we? Show you.
Guys, take off his clothes.
How dare you touch Mr. Trump?
Don't worry. They couldn't hurt me. You trash don't deserve to touch me.
Kristen, where did you get this rumor from? You can't bear to see me doing well, right?
Claudia, behave yourself. Just because you're wealthy doesn't mean you can bully Kristen.
Zach, don't blame Claudia. I just don't want you to be deceived.
Kristen, you're still defending her? I've long been fed up with her. She's unruly and willful. I'll be better off not marrying her.
Loving her means accepting all her shortcomings. I think Claudia is pure and kind. Someone isn't. Blessed enough to have her.
You imposter. What makes you think you can ridicule me? You don't even dare to take off your clothes. Don't pretend to be a good man.
Well,
Zach, do you dare to make a bet with me? If I have that birthmark, you'll get on your knees and apologize to my wife.
You don't have any birthmark at all? Well, we have something to attend to. Let's do it another day?
Hey, come on. Why are you in such a hurry to leave? You don't have that birthmark, do you? No way. It can't be truth.
Sorry, Mr. Trump, I was too blind to recognize you.
Mr. Trump, our company has a few projects. We want to cooperate with Boston Financial Group, please. Would you mind to take a look?
As long as you can, to befriend the Swan family, the Boston Financial Group project could leave a crack for you, and then you don't have to worry about eating and drinking for the rest of your lives.
We understand, for sure.
You guys don't believe him. Now the technology is so advanced, he must be a fake.
Zach Robert, is there something wrong with your brain? If you don't need it, just donate it or fulfill your promise as what you said just now.
Zach, my chest hurts. Take me to the hospital.
Kristen, I'll send you there right now. Ryan Martin, just you wait.
Those scumbags. They have caused great trouble at the birthday banquet for embarrassing me. What happened today, I, Claudia Swan, will definitely take revenge for it.
Miss Swan, if you can't bear to part your ex-fiancé, you can go to the hospital to find him.
Ryan Martin, where did you gather those Rolls Royces? By the way, you're a dragon-shaped birthmark. What is going on, Ryan Martin? Who are you on Earth?
Damn, it's funny to pretend to be cute for a while, but now it leads to my revelation.
Ryan Martin, where did you get the Rolls-Royce fleet? And why do you have this dragon-shaped birthmark? Ryan Martin, who the hell are you?
Should I tell the truth?
You'd better think it through before you speak. You know that? What I hate most is betrayal and lie.
Claudia, I rented these cars from a car store.
Right. I called Mr. Lee and asked him to come and help with the situation.
How did you know that Mr. Trump has a birthmark?
I used to be his bodyguard.
Then this is...
This is fake. I told Mr. Lee up ahead of time to prepare props and put it up.
So, there is nothing here?
I don't have a birthmark at all.
Mr. Lee? Not bad, this birthmark is very realistic.
Thank you for your compliment. Well, please reimburse the fare.
I don't have money. She will pay for it.
Guess you don't have the money. You still need to pay for it.
I'm poor too, or I'll pay on behalf of Ryan.
Get it? How can a poor man like Ryan Martin have rich friends?
A super rich man like Mr. Martin has no friends at all.
Swipe the card.
Okay.
Take the extra money as your tip.
Thank you, Claudia. I'll go first.
What are you two doing here secretly? What are you sneaking around for?
I am tidying up his clothes.
The banquet is over. I want to chat with Ryan.
What do you have to talk with him?
Kid, hurry up. Go ahead. I want to talk to him alone.
All right, go ahead.
Come on, Ryan.
Grandma!
Thank you for protecting my Claudia at the banquet.
Don't say that. Claudia is my wife. This is what I should do.
Swan family only has such a princess. She has been spoiled at her childhood. She has bad temper. She wouldn't change even if we asked her to.
There is no need to change, Grandma. Claudia has a good personality.
It was Claudia who asked you to do this.
Grandma! You can tell it.
I'm 80 years old now. I can precisely understand you. I have sharp eyes, Claudia. Have liked Zach Robert for more than 10 years. How could she be so casual to like someone else? But don't worry. As long as you treat Claudia well, I'll help you.
Thank you, Grandma.
Are you done talking?
I am very satisfied with Ryan in the future. You should take him with you to see me every month.
What?
I'm just a bodyguard. Acting is a different price.
I didn't expect you to love money so much. Deal. How much? Name your price.
10 million.
No problem. For Grandma, I'm willing to pay any amount. But I'll add another clause to the contract. I'll take revenge on that pair. You have to help me.
You like Zach Robert so much.
You're jealous. Pay attention to your identity. Don't fall in love with me after all. 1 year later, we're going to divorce.
I am your husband. During the 1 year, I'll do whatever I want. I am under protection of law.
Ryan Martin, you stinking bodyguard, how dare you take advantage of me?
I can't tell it all.
In front of outsiders, you pretend to be Mr. Trump. Secretly, you pretend to be a poor bodyguard. This is too absurd.
Before my identity is revealed, that is the only thing I could do.
What? Then why don't tell her that?
She hates being deceived the most, and now I haven't won her love yet. If I said it, the relation would be over.
Boss, sooner or later, you'll mess things up.
Come in. Ouch, my sweetheart, why are you free today to visit me?
Daddy, I want to open a perfume company. Please invest me.
Ouch. Why do you suddenly think of starting a business?
Nope, Kristen. She works at the perfume company. I want to start my own company. I want to be better than her.
Then what about your plan on the perfume company?
My plan is that the company starts this year, and next year I am going to have over 1,000 offline stores. I will try my best to make it public the year after next, then make it an international brand.
Oops. I don't dare. I'm not afraid of my daughter spending too much on playing. I'm just afraid of my daughter starting up with ambition.
Oops, Daddy.
Hello? An important meeting? Go to find your mother. I'm coming.
Daddy? Mommy, do you have money?
I have given you pocket money every month.
Not enough. 100 million
Starting a company, my sweetheart. Opening a company isn't fun. You can buy a bag.
Mommy.
You don't have any abilities. Don't waste money. I'm going to play mahjong. I'm leaving.
Mommy. Everyone thinks I'm an ignorant and incompetent lady. Am I that useless?
You've been excellent since you were a child. They don't understand you.
You make it sound like you know me very well. Have we met since we were kids?
Perhaps we've met before.
No way. It completely escaped my memory.
Try it again.
I can't remember anything. I'm done with it. But you're right. I, Claudia Swan, have always been the best. Come. Let's go home.
What for?
Have a class, of course. I've collected a lot of information about Mr. Trump for you. You need to memorize it. And act like Mr. Trump. It's said that Mr. Trump chooses a girlfriend. Based on the constellations, he'll find a corresponding girlfriend based on the constellation that month. So, Mr. Trump has a solid understanding of constellations?
What a rumor.
It said that? Mr. Trump bought hundreds of buildings just to let each of his watches to have its own rooms.
Bullshit.
Also, it's said that Mr. Trump is quite knowledgeable about food. Usually, he sends a private jet to bring Michelin chefs home, and for each dish, he only takes one bite.
Ridiculous.
What do you know? This is the information I bought. If you continue to slack off, I'll deduct your salary.
I used to be Mr. Trump's bodyguard. I know him better than they do. I know myself, of course. What a joke.
Well, what does Mr. Trump look like? What does he like? Maybe one day when I meet him, I'll try to impress him.
What will you do?
I want to see if I have a chance to marry him.
What's so good about him? Be mindful of your behavior. How can you talk about another man in front of your husband? That's inappropriate for a wife to do.
Don't forget our agreement. In 1 year, we'll get a divorce. Should I choose a bodyguard over him?
He is an abuser. He loves beating. Rich women like you who are incredibly arrogant.
No way. Well, forget it then.
Miss Swan, you should cherish what you have.
Our class will end now. I want to take a bath. Go get everything ready for me.
Our agreement doesn't include that.
I pay you 2 salaries for acting and working as a bodyguard.
Yes, Miss Swan. What do I need to prepare?
I want to have rose petals all over the bathtub about aromatherapy oil. The one I usually use is fine. About the water temperature, 37 degrees will be fine if it's too hot. My skin will turn red. Get a bottle of La Romane Conti ready and bring it here.
Yes, Miss Swan. How dare you ask the richest man to prepare bath water for you? Countless women don't even dare to dream about it.
Why are you here?
Per the orders of Miss Swan, I am decanting the wine for you.
You. Just put it there. Get out.
Miss Swan, look at how busy I am. Aren't you going to reward me with a drink?
Okay, I reward you the drink. Go out and drink by yourself.
With such a beauty here, I have to stay here. Red wine will be more delicious.
You want to take advantage of me? I'm not afraid of you, okay?
Miss Swan, have Zach Robert ever served you like this?
No, in good condition. Why do you mention him?
Miss Swan, my shirt is wet. Can I take it off?
Then take it off. Wow, you are a real bodyguard. You have such a good figure. Don't take them all off. Go out and change your clothes. Today I'll give you 1 day off. You're off duty.
Since it is time to get off work, then I'm free now. Tonight. I just want to be with you.
Ryan Martin, you're seducing me on purpose. Little bodyguard, you want to climb the ladder, don't you?
Then I seduce you.
Please be aware of your own identity.
What identity? I am recognized by Grandma as grandson-in-law.
That's not true. Don't think that. You've won the approval of Grandma so that you can marry into Swan family.
Then, if I just get your approval, I can marry into Swan family. Miss Swan, you ignore me. Is it because you have a crush on me too? Miss Swan, you are so shy. Have you ever been in contact with a man?
How is this possible? I haven't had sex before. I'll teach you today, you little bodyguard, how to kiss. What's wrong with your chest so sticky?
The red wine must be too sticky. Your phone is ringing. I'll get your phone for you.
What's the matter?
Claudia. What happened last time? I'm really sorry. I'm not looking down on your husband.
You're short. You look down on others, I can understand.
Claudia. Last time, at Grandma's birthday banquet, you had a sudden illness and left temporarily. I'm really sorry.
Grandma doesn't know you. Besides, I'm the person who will not be angry at nobody. What's the matter? If there's nothing else, then I hang up?
Tomorrow there happened to be a gathering of the upper class. Do you want to bring your brother-in-law here?
Got it? Kristen Bell, the angelic bitch? It is obvious that she wants me to make a fool of myself at the gathering.
I will not go?
No way. I have to go. Otherwise, she would spread rumors everywhere. I want the whole world to know that. I marry the richest man in Boston, Mr. Trump.
I can't tell that. You have a strong desire to win. This is related to a problem of dignity of our Swan family. You must not expose yourself tomorrow.
Who is standing behind Zach Robert? They came with no peace of mind. Later, be smart.
Take it easy. I always take their money to clean up the mess.
Is that Mr. Trump? Mr. Trump is here. Look, look.
Claudia, is this your husband, Mr. Trump?
Right.
Claudia is so lucky Mr. Trump is popular with thousands of girls. Your marrying him would break many girls' hearts.
Actually, being Mrs. Trump, I'm also very tired.
Wow, Claudia. The ring on your finger is so shiny. I've never seen this necklace before.
This is? It looks good, but it is kind of uncomfortable. This necklace was left by the European queen of the 17th century. It was my husband who bought it at auction the other day.
It must be a happy thing to be Mrs. Trump.
No wonder Zach Robert was dumped.
He is not Mr. Trump?
Why haven't you given up at the birthday banquet? Ryan has proven it.
Since you're here, then honor your bet on the last birthday banquet.
Take it easy. If you were really Mr. Trump, I'll definitely kneel to you, but everybody. The real Mr. Trump.
Is me.
It's me.
Lester, tell everyone, who is the real Mr. Trump? Where on earth have you seen him?
I'm a professional darts player, and Mr. Trump is the champion of this year's World Dart Competition. I had also participated in the competition, so I'm honored to see it with my own eyes, the technique of Mr. Trump.
Lester, then take a closer look. Is he the Mr. Trump you know?
This gentleman, obviously, no.
You must have some problems with your eyes? You'd go to see a doctor to check your eyes?
I knew you would keep lying to figure it out whether you are Mr. Trump or not. Isn't it easy? Let Ryan Martin shows in person his dart skills, that's enough.
Why should he listen to you? Could it be that being able to fly darts proves that he's Mr. Trump?
In this world, only Mr. Trump can fly darts 3 times. All hit the bull's eyes.
Let's have a look then. No one here had seen it before. The dart technique of the #1 player around the world.
Mr. Trump won't be so petty, right?
This gentleman, do you dare to compete?
Or admit it. It's not too late to tell us you are a liar, Claudia. If you return to my side, I don't mind you.
I shouldn't have come here today, Ryan. Let's go.
How dare he provokes me? I must meet him in person.
How could you play darts?
Me, your husband, I am an innate executor. Some people didn't believe it, so I'll prove it. Some people don't believe it, so I'll prove it.
We don't need to embarrass ourselves.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Your first...
This is the strength of a professional player. Ordinary people probably can't even throw far enough to reach the dartboard.
This is nothing? Mr. Trump can hit the bullseye with each dart.
If you can hit the target, I believe that you are Mr. Trump.
Get your knees ready.
Oh. Sorry, my legs went weak. Let's get out of here. I can pretend to be sick. Let's go now.
What? You don't want Zach to kneel?
Why do you keep mentioning him?
Are you worried about me?
I'm just worried about the 10 million yuan.
Take it easy. I know what I am doing. Take it easy. I know what to do.
How is this possible?
Ryan, you're amazing.
Impressive. Whoever defeated professionals was definitely Mr. Trump.
He must have done some tricks.
I'll use my strength to shut you up.
Wow, that's great.
Double the distance. He still hit the bullseye. If this was not Mr. Trump, I'll eat the stool.
Look at Zach Robert, he looked like a clown.
He was more powerful than Mr. Trump, Ryan Martin. Who on earth is he?
At this time, as my wife, shouldn't you do something?
What did that mean?
Give him a kiss.
Why did he hit the target?
I didn't expect he could do better than the world champion.
Didn't you say that? You have seen Mr. Trump before, is he or not?
I've only seen him, Mr. Trump, behind him.
Liar, liar, liar.
What a piece of trash. You couldn't even see him clearly. Get lost.
Ryan Martin. Why can you hit the target? Who are you? Ryan. Why could you hit the target? Who are you?
Mr. Trump learned his dart skills from me.
You taught a world champion?
You look down on your husband? I'm probably 10,000 times capable than Mr. Trump now.
You? He's a billionaire. How can you compare to him?
Zach, why are you running away? It's time to fulfill your promise, Zach.
Are you a man of your word? You must admit defeat, Neil.
Neil?
Wait a minute. I heard that Mr. Trump is a tango master. Since he's suspected to be Mr. Trump, why don't we let him dance?
Throwing darts is nothing. If you compete with us in dancing and you win, I'll admit that you're Mr. Trump and get on my knees.
No competition.
No problem.
Ryan, how could you make your own decision?
Darling, we can take this opportunity to severely humiliate Zach. You want me to make them look bad, right?
I'm the chairman of Tango Association. I can be your referee. I promise to be fair and just.
That's settled then. Wait for the judges to pick a dance video. Let's battle in half an hour.
Come practice with me while recording the movements.
There is no need for that. Don't be angry, I will. Watch the video with you again.
You don't know how to dance, it's useless to look at it.
I'll learn it seriously.
Let go of me. I can sit next to you.
I can be your human cushion. Isn't that good?
Half an hour passed.
Here he comes. How about dropping the competition? No matter what, it would be embarrassing.
Claudia, you don't look well. I wonder if Ryan Martin can dance?
It looks like the fake is about to be exposed.
Are you afraid that I would lose?
Zach Robert had learned how to dance since he was a child. No one present can win him or let's run.
Darling, Ryan Martin, never deserted. It's been so many times. Trust me?
You can dance?
Did I tell you I cannot?
Ryan Martin, how many more surprises I haven't known yet?
You'll have to dig it yourself.
Mr. Trump's dance skill is very good. It's like a professional international dancer. Mr. Robert, just a little bit worse compared with Mr. Trump. He is showing off slight skill before an expert.
What's wrong?
My foot twisted, I can continue.
You blind thing, how dare you attack Claudia?
What's wrong with you, Zach?
My leg is broken.
Ryan, you did it on purpose, didn't you?
He got injured during a dance battle. It just showed his dancing skills weren't good enough. Take him to the hospital quickly. About his apology on his knees. We can talk about it when he recovers.
You?
Ryan, just you wait. I won't let you get away with it.
Me neither. I'll let you pay. For hurting Claudia's leg.
You two danced fantastically just now. Are you interested in participating in international tango competitions?
No thanks. For the time being, we're not considering participating in any competition.
Oh, what a pity. We're losing a genius in the dancing world. What a big loss.
Watch out. No one helps us?
They're so snobbish, Ryan. Just you wait, let's go.
Excuse me, everyone. My wife's leg is injured. I can't entertain you any longer.
Please enjoy yourselves.
He's so handsome. If anyone does this to me, I'll definitely fall for him.
It doesn't matter even if he isn't rich. He is Mr. Trump, who owns trillions of yuan.
They're complimenting you.
I told you. I won't let you down.
Wow, this is my favorite drink, rose tea. Ryan, as my bodyguard, you're quite competent. Used to be your bodyguard?
Now I'm your husband.
Ryan, you're pretty good at it. Doesn't a massagist get more salaries than a bodyguard?
I only serve one person.
Who is it? Oh my god, is he going to confess? I have told him. Don't fall in love with me.
The one who paid the most.
Ryan, you're really an unshakable person. Tonight, Zach Robert and Kristen Bell, the two of them, wouldn't let us go. So annoying.
Don't worry. Let them probe. I can handle it.
This was intolerable. I must take care of myself, opening a company, take revenge on this pair of cute couples. But my parents won't afford me. What should we do?
I heard that. The investment department of Boston Financial Group provides strong support for entrepreneurs. Let's give it a try.
Boston Financial Group is so powerful, I may not be qualified.
In the perfume industry, you are a genius. I believe in you.
How did you know?
Your magazine, all of them were perfumes. Your makeup box, it was all recently the most popular perfume. There was also a perfume laboratory.
I didn't expect Ryan. He loved me so much. He cared about me so much. I am so charming. Bodyguards are not allowed to enter. Just wait here.
Okay.
Why are you here?
My company have a new project to be carried out, so I'm looking for an investment. On the contrary, you. What are you doing here?
Come to the investment company. What else could I do?
Miss Sun is such an honored guest, your famous perfume. Walk on the clouds. I think I like it too much.
Manager, you overpraised me. That was when we were at school.
Miss Sun comes here today to get investment, right?
My new perfume is about to be on sale, but I'm still short of money.
Welcome, welcome. Why don't we have a good chat in the VIP room? After you.
I am standing here waiting for you, manager. Can't you see?
Miss, which is your company? How long has it been established?
My self-created brand, Sweet Frost. The company was established yesterday.
Well, good heavens. Is there anything, as a masterpiece, if your company was not well known? Don't dream of. Take the money from Boston. Do you think this is a vegetable market? Someone like you're the cheapest, 3 no enterprises, even the gate of Boston. You don't deserve to step on it?
Those companies with no fame, you're not going to receive them, are you? I remember that Boston company has a business philosophy, it seemed to be. Help domestic brands, dig for newbies, achieve a win-win situation, and you are only looking for a famous partner in order to seek personal gains for your own.
As a person who are looking for an investment, you're still so headstrong. The door is there. Get out.
Manager, you probably don't know. Claudia is the daughter of the Swan family. She's always been haughty and provocative. She enjoys making offensive speeches.
You actually know each other?
I've known her since we were children, but some time ago, her fiancé ran away from the wedding because of me. Looks like you still hate me, right?
Kristen, don't flatter yourself. I'm married. To me, Zach Robert is already in the past.
Claudia, why did you suddenly start a company? And you even compete in investment with me? Do you do this to take revenge on Zach and me?
Miss Swan, don't invest to hurt others. We invest with our money. If the investments suffer losses, you can just walk away. But we have to clean up the mess for you.
I'm serious about this matter. As for what you said, the company doesn't have a representative product for now, but that doesn't mean we can't have one in the future. Making perfume required talent, Miss Swan. After you've collected some bottles of perfume, you think you understand everything about perfume.
Yeah? Manager, I've been in this industry for so many years. I'm more experienced than you.
Right. Even if I have to invest, I'll choose Ms. Bell, a top talent to cooperate with, instead of you, who are reckless, from a rich family.
I'm much more talented than her. If you don't believe me, I can compete with her. Kristen Bell, you should know very well, right? What are you doing?
I'm making perfume for the company.
Is it difficult?
Right. I've adjusted it for half a month, but I haven't made it.
Let me try. Success.
This
smells refreshing. It has the feeling of lightness. Let's call it strolling on the clouds.
Kristen, did you make the strolling on the cloud by yourself?
Yes.
You're so talented, this perfume wins the whole company's praises.
Thank you.
We've decided to promote you to the chief flavorist of our company. Would you like to work with us?
I would... Claudia, I've worked so hard on this perfume. I still can't compare to you? God is truly unfair.
Do you think I'm just the lady who just know how to eat, drink, and have fun? I've investigated it. Your famous perfume is mine.
Miss Bell, is it true?
Manager, as a flavorist, my ability is there for all to see. Such lies are too absurd.
You know very well if I'm lying or not, manager. Let's have a competition. If I lose, I won't cause trouble here. Otherwise, I'll complain against you on not giving the newcomer any chance.
Deal otherwise with the family background, there will be no end, and will delay my cooperation with Miss Bell. Is that so, Miss Bell?
I don't believe that I, who have worked for 10 years, is not as good as her, who idles away all the time. Since the manager has agreed, I agree as well.
It just so happens that our company has new perfume samples. I'll call the judges. Later you can have a perfume competition.
I'm going to the washroom. Claudia Swan, you bitch. How dare you compete with me for investment? I'll definitely make sure. You'll be in trouble.
Let me make an introduction. This is the senior expert of the Perfume Development Department of Boston Financial Group. It is absolutely fair and just. Whoever can tell the ingredients of the perfume in front of you will get some investment from me. Let's begin.
The ingredients at the end of the alley are sea salt and herbs, scented lemon and lavender.
Miss Bell, truly my idol, the ingredients are exactly the same.
The ingredients for the tea-colored rose are tobacco, Italian bergamot, cardamom, rose, green tea.
It turns out that she is right, most likely a coincidence.
The ingredients of the love goddess are mint, molly, chrysopagon, zizanioids, amber, sandalwood, and snow pine.
Perfect answer, Miss Bell.
I haven't smelled it yet. You're too much of a lackey?
The ingredients of the Endless Kingdom is even more complicated. You're just a beginner? You can't smell it at all?
How would I know if I don't try? The ingredient of the Endless Kingdom is water.
What?
It is water.
What?
This isn't perfume. It is water.
Impossible. I'm the one who made the Borderless Kingdom. I know it clearly about its ingredients.
You didn't smell it yourself. How did you know?
It had a very faint smell, but it wasn't like that water you're talking about.
If you can't smell it, forget it. How dare you question Judge's work?
I should have thought of it earlier. As the daughter of a rich family, what can she really do?
It's really water. If you don't believe me, smell it yourself.
I've tried 800 times and finally made this perfume. I don't need to smell it myself.
This is the perfume you made yourself. Smell it yourself, you will know what was the problem.
How dare you question the perfume I made? I've been in business for decades. No one has ever been like you. How dare you speak so arrogantly?
My smell has always been very sensitive. It can't be wrong.
Don't use your poor knowledge to challenge my speciality. You can't smell it and won't admit it. You're here to trick us into investing, aren't you?
You'd rather be here to make a wild guess. You don't even want to smell it? The flavorist of Boston are all as arrogant as you?
Because everyone believe my professional ability, manager, kick this woman out? Yes.
Claudia, I told you a long time ago. In the perfume industry, it's not easy to get along. Do you think you are still in the Swan family? Everyone loves you, scared of you. A lady like you will be taught a hard lesson.
Let's go.
Are you all right? Are you all right, darling?
Ryan? Why are you here? Worried about you. Come and take a look.
Mrs. Trump, Mr. Trump is inspecting the company.
You're crazy. A fake is inspecting the real company. His identity is about to be exposed.
Just right, manager. Look, is he the real Mr. Trump?
Hello, President.
How is that possible? It isn't exposed at all.
What? Take a good look at him.
Miss Bell, even if you're a famous flavorist, you can't shout in front of our president. It turned out to be Mrs. Trump. Why didn't I know this kind of relationship? I am really an ignorant fool. My fault.
I was outside just now. I heard that you didn't believe my wife's words. Smell it, all of you?
You don't need to smell what Madam says, is what she says. Sorry for the offense just now.
That won't do. We value fairness and justice. Not to mention that my wife is a genius.
Yes, sir. I'll smell it right away. Strange to say, how could this be? This perfume is obviously made by me.
It's easy. Someone has done something to it, Albert. Go get the surveillance footage.
Yes, sir.
Nope. Manager? Judge? How can you be so sure that he is Mr. Trump for real? Maybe he's an imposter?
No way! Who else has Mr. Lee worked for other than Mr. Trump?
Albert, Ryan, who the hell are you?
I heard that Mr. Trump and Albert went on a business trip. These people aren't qualified to see Mr. Lee. They definitely wouldn't dare admit it.
Right?
Damn. They checked the surveillance video and discovered what I did. I have to leave now.
Oh, Miss Bell, where are you going?
I have something urgent to attend to. I won't look for investment now.
That won't do? It concerns my wife's reputation. You must stay here today.
Mr. Trump, the surveillance footage showed that Miss Bell secretly replaced the perfume with the tap water.
Kristen, you played tricks again.
I didn't expect a famous flavorist would do such a nasty thing. I've really misjudged you.
No, manager, they're all imposters. I'm the one, qualified to get an investment.
Your so-called qualification is to tamper the perfume for the competition?
Get reporters over to expose it.
My heart aches. Take me to the hospital.
Call 911 now. She couldn't have died, could she?
She's pretending again. Kristen, you're pretending to be sick again. I'm tired of watching it. Kristen, this is hot water. If you keep pretending, I'll splash it on you.
I am so sick. Take me to the hospital now.
Sure enough, you are pretending to be sick.
No, I am really uncomfortable. I don't want to die here. Take me to the hospital now.
The reporters will arrive in 10 minutes.
I seem to have recovered.
How dare you frame Madam? Security! Drag her out of here!
Let me go. No, all of you were deceived by him. Let me go.
Miss Bell, I heard that you cheated in the competition. What's your response?
What do you think of your title of the best flavorist?
Miss Bell.
You came here personally to ask for investment? You are the model of non-privilege. Madam's talent is outstanding. It's perfect to invest in you. About Kristen Bell, it is obvious that she is not a good person. Boss! Get the legal department to draft the contract. Please go ahead. How much do we offer her?
Offer her the maximum amount.
Yes!
Isn't this a bit too much, but pretending to be the president's wife feels so good.
Madam, if you don't have any questions, then sign it here.
Okay.
After signing, you two, lower down to the bottom. Don't do it again. Never wear colored spectacles to look at newbies' companies, or I'll make it hard for you to stay in Boston.
Boss! Boss, we won't do it again.
Just quickly sign it and we can run. If the real Mr. Trump is back, we will be screwed. Fortunately, Kristen Bell has been driven out. Otherwise, we can't even get the contract.
Don't worry, madam, with the help of Mr. Trump. Everyone would be glad to invest you.
Why are you still calling her madam? Mr. Lee, you're too immersed in your role. Hurry up and leave. Otherwise we, the fake combination, will be exposed sooner or later.
Okay.
No, we couldn't?
You're just putting on an act.
Right. To be satisfied?
It is all thanks to me. I've trained you before. Otherwise, sooner or later, we will be exposed.
Great, thank you, Miss Swan.
Fingerprints verification is successful. Fingerprints verification is successful.
This is the CEO's elevator. How come you can open it? Only Mr. Trump could access this elevator. Ryan. You tricked me?
No, impossible, Mr. Lee.
It was because we've bribed their personnel. So, to make it look real, Ryan and I can open it.
Fingerprints verification is successful.
Look, Mrs. Trump, we both can't be Mr. Trump, right?
That's right, I forgot about it, right? This fingerprint identification system is available for an hour.
Right. If you are Mr. Trump, he might not be able to open it.
By the way, Mrs. Trump, let's get in hurriedly. The door will be closed in a while.
Let's move it, otherwise, we'll be spotted.
Well, Mrs. Trump, can you give me the money that we spent on the bribe?
You want me to pay for it?
We did it for you, besides. We don't have money either.
All right then. Since we've secured the contract tonight, we'll celebrate it at the club.
Okay, we'll be at your service, but Mr. Lee won't be coming. He needs to work overtime.
I'm supposed to work instead of enjoying life as an employee. How miserable, Mrs. Trump. I need to attend some matters now.
See you.
This beauty, which family is she from? She always orders the most expensive wine.
We should please her. Once she was happy, we will earn our percentage equal to half a year's.
Beauty, don't drink that. Those young ladies who are pretty as you prefer this one.
Okay, then open a bottle after all. I'm a cute little girl.
This bottle of La Romanée Conti was worth 5 million yuan, especially in line with your noble status. Don't you want a bottle?
Your entire club is not even worth 5 million. Where did all that come from? The wine which cost 7 million. Are you trying to seduce Miss Swan to spend money?
That's impossible. Many big bosses like to drink it, so a big boss like Miss Swan, she must have good taste.
Ryan, after all, I am already a big shot. Then open a bottle. Let's just consider it a partying up today.
This beauty is so forthright, if I become her boyfriend, I won't have to worry for the rest of my life.
Go and put the bandages on. If you can't, I'll go.
Miss, watch out.
I'm warning you, stay away from her.
You stinking bodyguard, don't be pretentious.
Right. He was just a bodyguard. We were more than enough.
Well, you three make a competition. Whoever wins can stay with me. Whoever wins can stay with me. Start.
Miss Swan, what do you want us to compete in?
Abdominal muscles.
No way, scumbag. We only have one pack.
It's all your fault. We shouldn't have supper anymore.
What else do you want to compete in?
Handsome.
He is wearing sunglasses. Who knows if he is actually ugly?
You're already so handsome. Why are you a bodyguard?
Right, the rich old ladies would want you very much. Why are you taking jobs from us?
Then for the third one, you should compete Kung Fu.
We don't believe the two of us can't beat you.
You'd better call an ambulance first.
Ouch, ouch.
For what? You have got. How dare you want to be bodyguard of my wife?
What's wrong with my hand?
It was just dislocation. Go to the hospital now. It's not too late. Get out of here.
Just you wait.
You're in sound sleep. It is too late now. I have ordered a room. Have a good rest.
So hot.
You are so naughty even in your sleep. You are lucky that I'm here. If it were others, I would have eaten you long ago.
Don't go.
Do you know? What are you doing?
This man is so handsome.
Claudia, who am I?
You are Ryan Martin. It seems that I've seen you before.
20 years ago, you were the one who saved me. Do you remember me?
You were the kid at that year. I remember you.
I still remember what you have said. Great. You finally remember me.
Right. I remember now.
Then I don't need to. Pretend to be a bodyguard, to stay with you. Actually, I am, Mr. Trump.
You are Mr. Trump. You are Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump.
Good that you remember. Claudia, what's up?
Claudia what? Call me Miss Swan. Ryan Martin. Why are you on my bed?
We are married. It makes sense that we share one bed. Not to mention, you took the initiative last night.
How is this possible? I am Miss Swan. How bright and intelligent I am. How could I do that? By the way, did we do that?
No.
Great.
Except for this. Have you forgotten something else?
What did I forget?
You call me Little Bean.
I was drunk. Playhouse for what? Little Bean for what?
Nothing. You forget it when you wake up. It seems that you also forgot who I said I am.
So smelly. Drinking would ruin things, Ryan Martin. Hurry up to buy me clothes. I'm going to work. Remember, I want custom suit from Boston Financial Group.
Get it? Yes, Miss Swan.
Boss, these are what our group's designer designs all night. Totally 365 sets, unique sets in the world. It's enough for Madam, isn't it?
Very good. I'll also hold a perfume competition for her and help her company grow at a fast pace. Give orders to the subordinates. Let's start preparing now. It must be the world's largest perfume competition. Give her company the strongest publicity.
Zach, you must uphold justice for me. Sorry.
What's wrong with you? Speak slowly.
Claudia Swan and Ryan Martin worked together to frame me. It caused me to fail to get my investment. He even made me a fool in public. You must take revenge for me.
This Ryan Martin? I've already made arrangements to investigate. I don't believe that. He is really Mr. Trump?
Thank you. Zach, Boston Financial Group will hold the perfume competition. I must participate in this event and win the championship. Only in this way could I get rid of the negative news on the internet.
Don't worry. At that time I'll go with you. Claudia Swan will definitely go as well. I won't let her bully you.
Zach still treats me the best.
These days, you've been busy with this?
Yes, I'm preparing. The perfume for the competition?
You need to rest after working for long. I'll take you to go out for a walk.
No.
Then I'll give you a shoulder massage.
No.
I'll take you out for shopping.
No, Ryan, if you're so bored, get rid of the grass in this yard.
I'm just worried that you're worn out after working for so many days.
I'm not tired. For me, making perfume is the most enjoyable thing in this world.
But you haven't talked to me for days.
What?
I said, you don't have to work so hard. With your talent, you can win the championship easily.
No matter how talented one is, they still need to work hard. I can't accept failure.
Then I'll take you out to look for inspiration.
Ryan, how about I give you some time off, so you won't bother me? You're so annoying.
What did you say?
My perfume.
It's no use crying over spilt milk. Be careful not to scratch your hand.
This is my hard work.
No big deal. I'll accompany you to make another bottle.
It's not that simple.
What did you add to the perfume? Why is it so hot?
Just a few floral spices this
This feeling...
Why do I feel
like
I'm
I'm hit? Hurry up and leave. These spices mixed together have an aphrodisiac effect?
Ryan Martin? You're so handsome.
After being by your side for so long, you just realized it.
I want to kiss you.
You are in a dazed state again. When could you sober up? Told me this. I've been enduring you for a long time.
Then don't endure anymore.
Claudia, you smell so good.
What did you say? I can't hear you clearly.
Whoops. You can continue. Go ahead, Mr. Zhao. Let's go.
What should we do since we have been seen?
We have got our marriage certificate. The relationship is legal.
Let go of me.
Have you forgotten that we should continue to act sweet couples?
It looks like I am going to have a great grandson.
Congratulations, Miss Swan.
Ha ha ha. Good news.
Hello,
Grandma.
It's just over. It is not great. Ryan doesn't have enough physical strength.
Grandma,
I understand young man has a thin skin, Mr. Zhao. Buy some Pilos antler, cassia bark, and hippocampus. Use them to make soup to give the young couple a body tonic.
Ah. Here comes the soup.
Grandma, I have some business to handle at the company. I'll come back and have soup.
Darling, Grandma's doing this for our own good. About work. There's no need to rush.
Ryan Martin.
Have you forgotten our marriage oath? We agreed to face difficulties together.
What a loving couple, touchy-feely, in front of me. You are still showing off love. Ryan, have more soup. Come, get more, have more. This soup is very nutritious.
Thank you, Grandma.
Claudia, come on, let me fill.
No. I'll do it, Grandma.
Claudia. You drink too, Claudia, next year. Give birth to a big fat boy for me.
Okay, Grandma.
Drink it. Claudia, don't even think about running away. Drink the soup while it's hot.
Grandma, I go to get some sugar. Otherwise, it would be a little bitter.
I knew you wouldn't obediently submit.
It's all your fault. As Miss Swan, I order you to drink.
Okay. Yes.
So obedient. Ryan Martin.
Are the samples
Ready.
for the competition ready?
Later, after the competition, you come and pick me up. I'll call you.
Okay. Mr. Lee, pay attention on the movements of Zach Robert and Kristen Bell.
Get ready, boss.
Which company are you from? Why haven't I seen you before?
Diary Queen. The company is not famous. How dare you participate in the competition? This is the highest standard perfume competition. Boston Financial Group spent $1 billion on holding this competition. Who said taking part in the competition must rely on the reputation, but not on the strength?
Wow, what a big tone. What perfume work have you ever made?
Claudia's a newcomer. She has no work yet.
Claudia, I grew up with you. You only know indulging in creature comforts. You're going to start a company now. Isn't this nonsense?
How did the organizing committee do the check? Someone without a work can be invited as well, lowering our class.
The country bumpkin entered the city. For the first time, I'll show her the ultimate quality of perfume. There is no need to argue with ignorant person. What a waste of life. On the contrary, you, Kristen Bell? If other people said so, I don't care. What do you mean?
By this?
Ask her. I didn't do anything. She knew very well in her heart.
What does the words Claudia Swan just said mean?
Zach, nothing. I'll hand the sample of perfume first. Claudia Swan, just you wait. Zach, I'm going to the washroom.
Go ahead.
I'm really smart. That judge is allergic to pollen. It can be taken advantage of. Claudia Swan, just wait to be held accountable. From now on, in perfume manufacturing area, there is only me, Kristen Bell, the only name.
Isn't him Joe Malone Dior? Vulgari's chief fragrant master?
Boston is really generous. This kind of master can be invited. Looks like I'm on a meteoric rise. It all depends on this time.
The master tells us about our works. All of his comments are like this. For the perfume of Kristen, what would the master think of it?
Kristen Bell is our Boston's most famous young perfume genius. She could definitely do it.
I'll show you. What's a professional? Don't think that as a late learner you can defeat me.
This bottle is better than the previous ones, but that's only raw material piling. It is just a piece of work without talent.
No? What kind of bullshit master are you? Are you an imposter?
Kristen, pay attention to etiquette.
Eh?
It took me so long to make the incense, the most satisfying work. God blesses, please don't let me down.
I don't believe that. Your perfume can beat mine.
This bottle smells nice.
What are the professors doing? They look nervous.
They must have never smelled such terrible odors. They're just having fun, Claudia. I think you'd better leave. Don't disgrace our company.
Do you think the professors will praise you? Dream on.
This perfume's top note smells refreshing and elegant. The middle note is strong. The base tone can sustain for a long time.
Yes, with all these three together, it smells extremely pleasant.
What a pleasant surprise. Looks like we've found the winner of this competition.
Who's Claudia Swan? We want to see her. I am Claudia Swan.
Kristen. Looks like the judges have better judgment than you.
Why hasn't he had an attack yet? Maybe he wasn't exposed to enough intensity of the odor? Claudia. I want to take a look at your perfume too. I'll go with you and smell it.
What are you up to?
Well, pardon me. Professor, help, he passed out.
Help, he passed out. Call 911
Call 911 now.
Send Professor to the hospital
quickly.
He was fine just now. Why did he suddenly fall down?
Could it be that there's something wrong with that perfume?
Just now, everyone had smelled it. Nothing happened to us.
What? The neck of Professor is so red he must have been allergic to something.
Quick, give him the medicine.
Thank you for saving me. Otherwise, I might have been shocked.
No worries, it's just a piece of cake. Please don't mind it.
Fortunately, the flavorist brings the medicine. Otherwise, something happened to Professor Joe. We're in big trouble.
Everybody, the truth of today proves that. There is nothing wrong with all the other perfumes, except this bottle alone. Professor, I suggest you look into it carefully. Claudia Swan. Professor Joe admires your work so much, however, you're repaying his kindness with ingratitude.
That's not true?
What on earth did you add into the perfume?
Did you use something can cause addiction and harm to the body to participate in the competition?
We've never heard of it. You must have used low-quality products.
Claudia, I only knew that. You like to fool around for pleasure. I didn't expect you to be such a vicious woman. I feel lucky that I didn't marry you back then.
Professor, you're allergic to pollen. Everyone in the industry knew that. During the competition, she added pollen into the perfume. I'm afraid she did this on purpose to hurt you. You added pollen into the perfume.
No, I didn't add pollen into the perfume.
Claudia, the professor almost passed out. You still refuse to admit it. That's sophistry.
If this lady hadn't brought the medicine, I might have died today.
Something is off. The perfume I submitted didn't contain pollen.
Claudia, the facts were evident before us. You still refuse to admit it. You're so stubborn.
Why did you carry the allergy medication? Could it be that? You know what would happen today?
I've always been in poor health. I keep medicine in my bag all the time, just in case such unexpected situation happens.
You made a mistake. How dare you blame others?
To have someone with such low morals participate in the competition is a shame for the perfume manufacturing area.
Even if she has the talent to make perfumes, making toxic perfume is taboo. Now I announce that Claudia Swan's qualification for this competition has been revoked. Moreover, the relevant departments would be interfering with the investigation.
Get out! Hold on. Hold on.
Mr. Trump!
He is Mr. Trump. This is the first time I've seen you in person.
Even when wearing a mask, you are so handsome.
Is this the mysterious Mr. Trump? Why does he look so familiar?
Why are you here, Mr. Trump?
I just listened outside for a while. Professor Joe, your decision is a bit too hasty.
Mr. Trump, please give instructions.
If the murderer really is Miss Swan, she ran away a long time ago. Why should I listen to your slow evaluation here? Furthermore, you've been abroad all year round and have nothing with Miss Swan.
That's true.
To insult a flavorist not only has an impact on the reputation of Boston Financial Group, but also the murderer remains at large.
Then, Mr. Trump?
What should we do? The mastermind behind the scenes must be at the scene. You genius flavorists all have a sensitive nose who could smell the pollen scent on the murderer's body. Who? The champion?
Mr. Trump is wise.
Ryan is still a bit inferior to the real Mr. Trump. I should let him come, to study and learn.
Then let's begin.
Fortunately, I threw away the bottle, and even washed my hands, Claudia Swan. You won't have any testimony.
Just by smelling the fragrance, we are required to find the murderer. Mr. Trump treats us like dogs.
How can you smell the scent to such an extent? There are not many people in the world.
Professor is allergic to pollen, so serious, even if the murderer threw it away. It also leaves a scent behind, Mr. Trump. I request an examination of Kristen Bell's bag.
Claudia Swan, don't try to accuse of me wrongly, just because I exposed you moments ago.
I'm just telling the truth. The pollen I smelled is from your bag.
Forget it. Anyway, the bottle was thrown away. If it was just a little bit smell, no one wouldn't believe it either. Okay, I agree to have my bag checked, but if there isn't any pollen inside, it will prove you are slandering me. I'm going to sue you for that.
It doesn't matter. I believe in my nose.
Open her bag for inspection.
Yes.
What? How is this possible?
Boss, you're really a prophet.
This woman is indeed vicious. Find an opportunity to put it in the bag of Kristen Bell.
Take it easy. I'll find a chance to put it back. I wouldn't let Madam be wronged for no reason.
What's going on? What happened? Unexpected things happened again and again. The murderer is actually Kristen Bell?
Why does she put in so much effort to get rid of Claudia Swan?
No, it isn't me, Claudia. You must have framed me. Zach, you must believe me.
Kristen, I know that Claudia loves me. That is why she treats you so badly. She hates you in the heart.
Zach? If narcissism is an illness, you are dying? I've been watching the competition on the stage all the time. I've never touched your bag before.
It's easy, because you are jealous of Claudia.
Why should I be jealous of her?
Because all of this originally belongs to Claudia Swan. Professor Joe asked me just now why I come here. I come here because before I received a report on Miss Bell. According to the letter, Miss Sun's famous perfume, Strolling in the Clouds, belongs to Claudia Swan.
Did I hear it wrong? The work of the world-level flavorist is actually stealing from someone else.
Strolling in the Clouds is my favorite perfume all the time. My idol turns out to be Claudia Swan.
You're a liar. You cannot convict me on a report of complaint.
I'm a witness.
And Zhang?
Miss Bell, haven't seen you for quite a while.
Come and tell them what happened back then.
Yes, Mr. Trump. Back then, I was in the Bell family as a nanny. Miss Bell couldn't make perfume. Miss Swan came and make it for her. I saw her send it out with my own eyes.
No wonder why in the competition Claudia Swan had such an outstanding perfume.
And she does it by smell. Found the real district. Claudia Swan is amazing.
Since the person who secretly put pollen in was found by Miss Swan, then the champion of this competition was Claudia Swan.
I object.
You thief! What qualifications did you have to object?
I think this competition is unfair. You don't know yet, right? He, Mr. Trump. It was Claudia Swan Clark's husband.
This was the real Mr. Trump. I'll die if he knows I was spreading rumors about him.
Because he was her husband. That was why she could get in through the back door, win the championship. Ryan Martin, say something. If he is not Ryan Martin, then Claudia Swan was lying. At the very least, I can turn the tables. If he is Ryan Martin, then I'll let Boston have it, because of the back door, destroying its own company's image.
Don't be presumptuous. Who am I? It had nothing to do with the competition.
Wait a minute.
Damn. I'm going to be slapped in the face on the spot.
In front of me, she's quite haughty. In front of outsiders, she's such a wimp. How cute she is, regardless of her relationship to me. I treat my employees fairly. At work, whoever is capable will have it. Besides, Miss Swan has been, representing Diary Queen, to attend the competition. What has it to do with pulling strings?
Right, if nothing unexpected happens, she'll win first place in this competition.
When we ridiculed her, she didn't even reveal who she was. Gentry's wives are nice.
Now I announce that the champion of this competition is Claudia Swan. Kristen Bell is banned from entering the perfume manufacturing area for slandering others and will never be hired by perfume company.
Mr. Trump, I was wrong. I shouldn't have slandered Claudia. Please don't drive me away. Making perfume is my main source of income. Zach, help me. Use your family's connections. Help me.
Kristen, I never thought that you are so evil. Our family doesn't want to have anything to do with a villain like you.
You, Zach.
Leave me alone. Your voice disgusts me.
Let go of me. Claudia, just you wait. No matter what, I'll never let you get away with it. Let go of me.
Mr. Trump is such a good person, he actually didn't expose me. I'll definitely express my gratitude to him later.
Mr. Trump, wait a minute. Please take off your mask.
Why?
Mr. Trump, I know someone. He said that he was Mr. Trump. I wonder, between you and him, who is the real Mr. Trump?
I can't take it off. Except for this kind of stuff, so you have nothing else to do, right?
Claudia, I'm doing this for your own good. Even Kristen Bell could frame you on purpose. You must be careful when dealing with a man like Ryan Martin. Mr. Trump, I think you don't want your own reputation to be ruined by others outside.
You must not take it off. We'll definitely expose ourselves if he takes it off. Let's talk about it later. The reason why Mr. Trump wears a mask is to avert suspicion. For the fairness of the competition, if everybody knows that I'm his wife, then what about the other flavorist? It was unfair.
Mr. Trump, please. Take off your mask.
Who do you think you are? I never follow other people's orders.
I just need you to take off your mask. How about this? Mr. Trump, you can make any requirements as long as you can remove your mask.
Requirements? Your family isn't even qualified to wipe my shoes if you want me to take off my mask. What can you offer to exchange for it?
Whatever you say.
One of your legs is injured. How about you'll use a wheelchair from now on?
You want my leg? Once I could prove Ryan is lying, I'll have a chance to win Claudia over. Okay, deal.
Crap, now Zach is going to mock me. Zach, your leg is swollen. Haven't you learned your lesson?
I do it for your happiness. I'm fine with ruining my leg.
In front of me. How dare you talk to my wife like that? You're bold enough.
Darling.
No way you should. Just fulfill your previous promise. About your leg, I'll do it another day. I'm willing to admit defeat.
Do you believe Ryan is Mr. Trump now?
Ryan Martin, the humiliation I suffered today, I'll make you repay it by 1,000 times.
All right. You're done kneeling. Let's go.
His legs haven't been left yet.
What a big fuss. What if something happens then?
Your heart aches for him.
How is this possible? I was worried that something would happen to you.
Remember your identity. You're my wife now.
Ryan Martin, are you addicted to acting? What happened just now? I am scared to death. I thought you were really Mr. Trump.
When I came to see you just now, I have seen the real Mr. Trump. He took the private elevator and left.
What's going on with the mask? Why is your mask the same as his?
I asked Mr. Lee to do it for me.
Ryan, your friend, is really omnipotent.
Don't just praise him. The report letter of Mr. Trump was sent by me.
It's from you.
Your talent shouldn't be taken advantage by others who have an ulterior motive.
Thank you for clearing my name. Help me get the ownership of Strolling on the Clouds.
Just a verbal thanks.
I know what you like. I'll give you a $200,000 raise. Ryan Martin, this perfume competition is a global live broadcast. My Diary Queen is about to become famous in the near future, on the Forbes list. I can see my name.
With your ability, it isn't impossible?
Ryan Martin, you didn't see. The real Mr. Trump, what a pity.
How matters stand.
I was almost kicked out today. Fortunately, Mr. Trump appeared in time. He stopped them, and helped me clean my name and proved my innocence.
You're very touched.
I'm more than touched. I fall in love, okay?
And what else?
Today, Kristen Bell exposed me. The assumption of his identity, he didn't pursue the matter, and helped me cover it up. I've never seen a man as handsome, gentle, and smart as him. And he is so handsome.
He is wearing a mask. How can you tell he is handsome?
I can feel it. The outline of his face, sexy voice, long legs, I guess. Even the supermodel couldn't compare to him.
Claudia Swan.
What are you so mean?
Who on earth do you like? Mr. Trump did. Such a small thing for you, and you were so touched. He isn't any nicer to you than I am. Do you really like power, or do you like true love? I've been with you for so long, my true heart. Can't you feel it?
If I really marry Ryan Martin, a bodyguard, all the lies I told before would be just a waste of time.
Forget it. Anyway, in this life, I fall for you.
Claudia, I've watched your competition. What an honor to Old Goose family.
Of course, Daddy. You should know. Whose daughter am I?
Even your surname is Swan. You is also my child.
Yes, madam, Mommy is the greatest.
This competition makes Ice Sweet become the top brand in the perfume industry. You must have been under a lot of pressure recently. I will invest in you.
I will also invest in you. Double your father's investment.
Great. You all invest in me. Until I make a lot of money, I'll definitely buy each of you a Cullinan. Mommy and Daddy, I have work to do now. I'll tell you later. Come in.
Mr. Swan, there's a young man looking for you outside.
Let him in.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Swan, nice to meet you.
You are?
My name is Joseph Lin, Miss Swan must have. Forgotten me, you once saved me.
You said that I saved you?
Right, when I was a child, I was almost kidnapped. It's you with your bodyguards, to help me get rid of the bad guys.
This version sounds so familiar.
I've done such a thing.
I'm here this time, just to repay your life-saving grace.
How do you want to repay me?
I want to be your bodyguard, to protect you forever.
To be a bodyguard? Is fine?
I alone am enough? No need?
He comes from thousands of miles away. How sincere he is.
Claudia Swan. How many men on earth have you saved?
How could I remember that much? I really can't remember?
What if this guy is up to no good?
Sir, I just want to protect Miss Swan and repay the life-saving grace.
I am just a bodyguard. What would have happened? Think of it as giving him a job.
Come with me? Claudia Swan is my wife. Do you know that? If you want to be her bodyguard, you must be good at martial arts. Come here. Try it?
That's not very appropriate, right? You're Miss Swan's husband?
If you cannot beat me, how else can you protect her?
Forgive me to be offensive.
With what you have, you want to stay with Miss Swan, I advise you, to keep your little tricks well. Claudia Swan is my woman.
Ouch. Ouch.
Albert? Claudia found another bodyguard. He said that he is here to repay her kindness.
Boss, this is a male lover. His way of repaying her kindness is definitely an excuse.
Of course I know it's an excuse. But Claudia doesn't know that?
Boss, you should tell Madam about what happened back then.
I hope she'll believe me.
Why did you get beaten up like this?
I'm not good enough. I couldn't even defeat Ryan.
How could you defeat him? He's the most powerful bodyguard I've ever seen.
Isn't he Mr. Trump? How did he become your bodyguard?
Oh. Because he likes me. This is the romance between the two of us. Sorry, did I use too much strength?
I'm fine. I don't feel pain at all, actually. What hurt even more is, I heard the news of you getting married, actually.
Stop. Let me do it.
Ryan, on his first day of work, look at what you've done to him.
Miss Swan? Don't let a nobody like me to affect the relationship between you two.
Stop speaking up for him. He's always been overbearing.
Ouch.
You're a man. Why are you so womanish?
Stop it. Let me do it.
Claudia, I have something to tell you. Actually, that year, the child you saved was me.
What did you say?
Miss Swan, I think Ryan said so because of my appearance. I understand him.
You think too highly of yourself, don't you?
Ryan, why didn't you tell her about it earlier? Why did you have to wait until I showed up?
Right, Ryan. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I kept her in the dark on purpose. She'd never forgive me.
Ryan, telling lies isn't a good habit.
Forget it. You two can leave now. I'll think about it myself. Who on earth was the one I saved? It couldn't possibly be. Both of them, right?
Ryan, your physical strength is so good that you don't look like a president.
I'm just like to work out. You said you were saved by Claudia. Do you know why? You were kidnapped. I am very curious.
Just because my family was too rich. I was framed by a base person.
It was exactly the same as what I had experienced, if there is anyone behind to incite him.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Ryan asked me to move the suitcase. The suitcase was too heavy. I fell down.
Find someone else to move it. Don't let Joseph move it.
Why?
He has been already so tired.
If his physical strength is not good, he should exercise more.
I'm useless?
You shouldn't always require others like this. Not everyone cares about him.
Like you do.
I didn't.
I've also moved suitcase. Why don't you care about me?
Miss, I made rose tea especially. For you, it's good to maintain beauty. Hurry up and drink. It is still hot.
Thank you.
Claudia, this is chrysanthemum tea. It is good to clear away heat and remove toxicity. Hurry up and drink.
Oh, put it there. I'll drink it later.
Oops, your husband made the tea himself. Don't you want to drink now?
I drink.
I have low status. Even the tea I made can not compare to the one made by Ryan. It is normal for Miss not to drink it.
I didn't say I wouldn't drink. I'll drink it all. The most difficult thing to accept is a handsome man's kindness. I'm not thirsty anymore, you two. Go out and do your own things.
Yes, madam.
This other man is scheming. Finally.
Miss, I'll go back with you.
Mr. Lin, you are off work now. You can go home.
I'm Mrs. Personal Bodyguard. I should go back with Miss Claudia.
Are you very boring? Mind your own business? I am her husband, I can decide. The things at home?
Ryan. You're a big shot. Don't take it to heart. And I am Miss Claudia's man. I listen to her, miss. What do you think?
Who do you choose between him and me?
This isn't some kind of competition. Must I choose one?
You must choose one today.
Ryan Martin, you're so childish.
Claudia must be thinking about Joseph Lin, so she doesn't make the choice. In the past, when we were in a good relationship, you called me Ryan. Now directly call me by my full name. The 7-year itch have not passed yet. I've already been in the past now.
That's not what I meant.
It's all my fault. How would I dare to argue with Ryan? I'm the third wheel. Perhaps I've been looking for Miss for 20 years. It's also a mistake, right? Or I'll resign?
Neither do I. Blame you?
You can now. Go resign immediately. I approve it for you.
Ryan Martin. You were pretending just now, weren't you? Joseph Lin. You were pretending just now, weren't you? You two go back. No one cares about me. Let me calm down.
Miss Swan Claudia.
You two don't follow me? Recently, do I have a fling with someone? They all pursue me. What are you doing? Let me go. Guards, help. Kristen Bell. What are you doing?
Are you blind? Don't you get it?
I advise you not to mess around.
I was harmed by you, I lost my reputation, I lost Zach Robert, and now, you persuade me to be a good person. You tell me not to mess around.
If you hadn't stolen my perfume and used underhanded means to win the competition, how could I have lost so much? Everything is brought on yourself by yourself? I've never harmed you.
Claudia Swan, you're so arrogant. All that I have now, it's all because of you. Thanks to your husband's words, no one in the whole perfume industry dared to employ me.
Kristen Bell, calm down. I'll tell my husband now. Put you back in charge as chief flavorist?
Ha 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 ha. It's too late. My life has been completely destroyed. Zach Robert would never come back.
You're only in your 20s, not late at all.
That's all. I suffered all the hardships. Now you're telling me these? What a hypocritical woman.
If you set this fire, you are really done.
I'd like to see, between the two of us, who would be the first to die. Just you wait, Claudia Swan. I'll make you pay with your blood. Ha ha ha. Keep waiting, your dear Mr. Trump. We'll help you collect your corpse. Ha ha ha.
Want to escape after setting a fire? No way.
Let go of me.
Ryan Martin, save me. Ryan.
Joseph Lin, you're a bodyguard. Hurry up and get in.
Such a big fire. Whoever enters will die. Who would give up his life away for saving Claudia Swan?
Madam spent money to treat you all. It's not for letting you eat for free.
How much is that? You want me to die? How is that possible?
Boss, the fire was so big, you may not come out even if you go in.
Claudia is my life.
You went in. What about Boston Financial Group?
If she dies, I don't want to live either.
Boss. Boss? Boss got inside. Go find fire extinguishers now. If something happens to Boss, we're doomed.
Mom and Dad, Grandma, I can't take care of you anymore. Ryan, if you dare to remarry someone else, I won't let you off even if I became a ghost. I'll sleep between you and your new wife.
Claudia, where are you, Claudia? I came to rescue you, Claudia.
Ryan, I'm here.
Claudia!
Are you injured?
No, I'm okay. Let's get out of here now.
You're insane enough to endanger your life to enter this place?
Because I can't lose you. Let's go.
Ryan Martin, I thought I was going to die.
Idiot, how could I let you die? I installed positioning on your phone. I can watch out for your safety at all times. Take it easy, you'll be fine.
Sorry, Ryan Martin. I shouldn't have believed. That bastard Joseph Lin. Only you would? Take the risk to come and save me?
Idiot, can you trust me alone in the future?
Yes. Mr. Lee. Why are you here?
Martin informed me I come and help.
Ryan, Mr. Lee, you're so nice.
It's rare to hear you compliment me.
Albert, the boss and his wife are so sweet.
Lower your voice. The boss is extremely jealous.
Ryan Martin, even if you weren't Mr. Trump, I'm also willing to be with you.
Are you really willing?
Of course I'm willing.
The task given by Zach Robert was completed so quickly. Time to close the final payment.
Let go of me.
Kristen, what else do you have to say?
Claudia, sorry, I know I was wrong.
I begged you not to kill me. Did you spare me?
I didn't do it on purpose. Besides, you're unharmed now?
I'm unharmed now, but that doesn't mean you didn't commit crimes. All the people present are witnesses. Don't even think about escaping punishment.
Claudia, why are you so ruthless?
When facing someone like you, if my heart softens, I'll end up dead soon.
I regretted not to. Throw the fire on you, even if I couldn't burn you to death. At least I could disfigure you.
That's what you're thinking, right?
Yes. Claudia Swan, you grew up in a rich family. You have parents who love you. Even Zach wanted to marry you. I refuse to accept this. Why?
Haven't you realized that it's your fault?
How is it my fault? It's just that I wasn't born into a good family. I'm better than you in everything.
Claudia, don't reason with her. She has a toxic personality. It's useless to talk to her, Albert.
Yes.
Take her to the police. Let the law educate her.
Yes.
Let go of me.
The evidence to prove Mr. Martin isn't Mr. Trump is here.
Okay, Ryan. I'll definitely make a fool of yourself at Claudia's birthday party. Ryan, wait and see.
What about?
My payment? I'll pay you for sure. Go now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Robert.
Mommy and Daddy, I have something to tell you tomorrow.
Fine, remember to bring Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump comes to the birthday party tomorrow. It will honor Swan family.
When the time comes, I don't know how I lost the honor.
What are you whispering by yourself?
It is all for you.
Me.
Since I've made up my mind to be with you, then I certainly take responsibility for you to the end. Now the company has developed. In this life, I won't let you suffer anymore.
Claudia, you're so nice to me. Do you fall in love with me?
Yes. Just a little bit.
Just because I saved you today.
This is one point, but not all of them maybe. I had a crush on you a long time ago.
It's not easy to pursue you. I used to lie to you. Will you forgive me?
Is it about betrayal?
No, it's just a white lie.
As long as it isn't betrayal. Everything else could be forgiven in that case.
How can I get your forgiveness?
Then, it's up to you.
I'll show you now.
How to show it? What are you doing?
Show myself.
Why is your tattoo still here?
In order to help you conceal it, I've been wearing this all the time.
There's no need to conceal it tomorrow.
Why?
Because there will be a birthday banquet tomorrow. I've decided to tell everyone that. Though you are not Mr. Trump, I've decided. I'll be with you forever.
Aren't you afraid they'll laugh at you?
No. Since I've decided, I want to be with you. Even if I became enemies with the whole world, I'm willing to.
Claudia?
Ryan Martin, this is my first time. You must be gentle with me.
Haven't you and Zach Robert had sex?
Of course not. We're not married. How is this possible?
You've been dating for so long, I thought.
No sex before marriage. I'm a conservative person.
Fortunately, we're married.
Ryan Martin. Have you already lost your virginity?
Don't worry, darling. I'm the same as you. I am conservative, too.
Happy birthday.
Hello, everyone. I have something to talk to my parents. Mom and Dad, just a birthday banquet. Why are you inviting so many people?
Everyone knows that. You marry Mr. Trump. They are all rushing to flatter us. We can't drive them away.
Yeah.
Mr. Swan, I still have a business here. I need your son-in-law, Mr. Trump, to take care.
No problem. I'll talk to him later. This is a small matter. Leave it to me.
All right, thank you.
There are a few orders here that are needed to be done. Just let Mr. Trump make an exception. I also need help.
Don't worry. Come one by one.
Mom and Dad, what are you all answering about?
Ah, my precious daughter. Let's talk about it at home. It is rare for Dad to be here, being respected so much.
Those rich ladies, all of them look down on me now. All of them are in a hurry to give me gifts.
It's just...
It's easy to cover up a lie, but hard to do so. If I had known earlier, I wouldn't have let Ryan pretend to be Mr. Trump. Now, Mom and Dad have agreed to so much cooperation. What should we do then?
Don't worry, I'm here.
Ah, it's all my fault. I have to say it out quickly. I can't lie anymore. Be quiet, everyone. I have something to announce. Actually, Ryan is not Mr. Trump.
Claudia. Stop talking. Let me speak. Ryan Martin wasn't Mr. Trump. And the contract that Uncle Swan have agreed, it wouldn't come true either?
Zach Robert, what nonsense are you spouting? Ryan has already proved it.
Zach Robert, you're not welcome here. Please get out of here immediately.
Claudia, you panic, it looks like. I'm right?
Ryan Martin, even if you weren't Mr. Trump, I'm also willing to be with you. Be together.
It turned out to be fake? Then? Just now their family agreed so quickly, they were fooling us.
I've signed the contract, prepared items too. So this loss, you Swan family has to pay for this?
What's going on?
Ryan, what you said in the past was all fake.
It was not Mo Ryan's fault. I'm using my identity as Miss Swan, forcing him.
Grandma, Uncle, and Auntie, Claudia, wanted to take revenge on me. That's why she had asked Ryan Martin to do it, to pretend to be Mr. Trump. Now the truth was revealed. I'm not a heartless and ruthless person, Claudia. All you need to do is breaking up with Ryan Martin now. Be with me.
In your dreams, Zach Robert, I won't be with you.
Do you know how serious the troubles you brought to Swan family? Only we, Robert family, can save you, by the way. At that time, you just need to give both your Diary Queen as dowry and yourself to Robert family.
Now you should cast eyes at my company. Zach Robert, you're such a shitter, Claudia Swan. I'll take responsibility for my own actions. Mom, Dad, Grandma, sorry. I've let you down.
My dear wife, you can kneel to your parents, but you aunts, not worthy? Claudia, you're not wrong?
It's all my fault. I can't lie anymore.
Everyone here heard the recording. How dare you quibble with me? Also, this tattoo, it's also fake, right?
That's enough of your impudence.
Happy birthday. Here are gifts prepared by Mr. Trump. Everyone in the Swan family have a gift.
Grandma, this is the jade pendant I chose for you.
Wow, this jade pendant is from court 100 years ago. It is even blessed and is good for your health?
Mom, this is diamond necklace for you.
Oops, the diamond is of such good quality. A 100-carat pink diamond. I've never seen before. It would cost at least $200 million, right?
Dad, I heard that you like collecting calligraphy and paintings. This is a painting by a famous artist. I'll get it for you.
Wow, this painting is a masterpiece. It's worth more than our whole family's property, okay?
Ryan Martin, why did you ask Mr. Lee to put on an act again?
Idiot. Do you really think I'm just a poor bodyguard?
Mrs. Trump, sorry, actually, I'm Mr. Trump's personal assistant.
Claudia, after being with you, I've never given a decent gift. I had this made, specifically for you. It's made of the finest Burmese imperial jade.
It looks like real.
Well, what about the recording in the hands of Zach Robert?
I don't believe it. You must be buying these fake things to deceive others.
Zach, you're crazy. You pay for my bracelet.
It's just a broken bracelet. If you marry me, I'll compensate you countless bracelets.
Such a bracelet. It's not you, the heir of a tiny enterprise, can afford?
How much is the poor bracelet? Ah.
It's fake. Mr. Trump specially spent $500 million to pick a gift for his wife.
$500 million? Are you trying to scare me? Ah, you liars, I won't be fooled again.
You look so fool when you still deny it. Now even a pig should also know the current situation.
What situation?
You're destined to fail. It doesn't matter if you deny it. There are many people who can teach you a lesson on my behalf.
Who is it? You've hired a new actor. Ah. Grandpa, there is someone pretend to be Mr. Trump. You must have met the real Mr. Trump before, right? Quickly, help me expose this fake.
You idiot, how dare you point at him? You idiot, how dare you point your finger at him?
Grandpa, why did you hit me? You should have hit him. Help me teach him a lesson now.
You're courting death, aren't you? Kneel in front of him.
No. Why should I do that?
What a bastard he is, Mr. Trump.
Nope. The thing I showed them was fake.
What do you know? I've been to Boston Financial Group before. I was lucky enough to meet Mr. Trump. Do you think I was blind?
Ryan is really Mr. Trump. He's been lying to me all along.
Who do you think you've offended? Our family's business will be destroyed by you, all members of the Robert family, hundreds of years of history and business. Just a sentence from Mr. Trump is enough to let them disappear in an instant, you bastard.
Mr. Trump, give me another chance, all right? I beg you.
Do you think begging on your knees would solve this matter? If the heir of Robert Group is still Zach Robert, I'll make Robert Group vanish.
Damn, I belittled Swan family just now. Will my family be destroyed?
Mr. Swan, we didn't mean to offend you just now. Please intercede with Mr. Trump and ask him not to come after us.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Don't worry, Mr. Trump. The Robert family enterprise. I won't pass it on to this bastard. I'll be right back. Tell our ancestors. Cast this bastard out of the family.
Mr. Trump, my brother, he's too ignorant and stupid. Sorry for offending you. As the second son, I'm rather willing to lead the Robert Group. I hope, Mr. Trump, please give me a chance.
You're not bad. In the future, our family's business. You can take care of it.
I'll be right back and remodel the successor. Thank you, Mr. Trump. You lead the way for the Robert family.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. In the future, I will lead the Robert Group to work hard for Boston Group.
Grandpa, give me another chance. All these years, I've been treating Robert Group well. Even if I didn't make any contributions, I still worked hard. I can't live without Robert Group.
You can only blame yourself. It's you who couldn't control yourself.
Brother, don't stay in Boston. I'll help you out tomorrow. Go abroad.
Shut up. Mr. Trump, give me another chance. Without the Robert Group, I'm nothing, I beg you.
I once gave you a chance. It was you who didn't cherish it. Right now, you stew in your own juice.
Mr. Lee.
Yes?
Take some men and drag him out.
Yes, sir.
Don't touch me. Give me another chance, Mr. Trump.
Son-in-law, about the cooperation. We signed before.
Dad, Mom, rest assured. The contract signed by the Swan family. I'll let Mr. Lee take over it.
That's great.
It's rather great.
Old Master Mrs. Trump, please be assured of that.
Claudia, wait a minute, Claudia. Claudia.
Ryan, was it fun to trick me?
Claudia, I didn't lie to you on purpose.
You could have told me straight, but you chose to deceive me. Was it fun to see me get worried about you and give in because of you? The richest man's approach to playing with women is really refreshing and novel.
Darling.
Don't call me that, Ryan. You clearly know that. I hate being deceived the most. Let's get a divorce.
I'll never get divorced.
You won't? Fine. We'll separate for 2 years before I file for a divorce.
Ryan, Claudia is stubborn. Looks like you need my help.
Grandma, I have everything ready. As you asked.
Now it's my turn? Claudia.
Grandma, what's wrong with you?
I suddenly fell ill. The doctor said I won't make it past tonight.
Grandma, I can't let anything happen to you. Wait for me, I'll be right there. Done? Grandma, are you all right? Why isn't there a doctor? Come and treat Grandma. Wake up, Grandma. Grandma, are you all right, Grandma?
Claudia!
Ryan Martin, why are you here?
Don't worry, the doctor said. Grandma is fine now. She is just asleep. Claudia! I only hope that, can you give me an opportunity to explain, even if you want to sentence me to death? You still have to listen to me. Finish my criminal statement.
Say it?
Years ago, you saved me. You said you wanted me to be your bodyguard when I grew up, but later I found you and you forgot about me.
Why not say out?
At that time, you liked Zach Robert. You didn't even take me seriously.
Zach Robert ran away from the wedding, you could also say.
I wanted to tell you. You told me to shut up and asked me to pretend to be myself.
What happened was all my fault.
Claudia, I was not angry with you. I was just scared. I was afraid that you would reject me.
You are Mr. Trump. Are you afraid that I'll reject you?
Yes, I'm Mr. Trump, but I just has all the wealth in the world in front of true love. I'm like a coward.
Well, I am your true love.
Of course.
Grandma, pretending to be asleep. What's going on?
How could you come if I didn't say that?
What about your illness?
Grandma is very healthy. I pretended it just to get you married as soon as possible. White lies between spouses don't matter. Grandma is 80 years old. What haven't she seen before? Martin is a good person, Claudia. Don't take it seriously. You don't want him. There are plenty of women outside rushing to grab him.
Grandma, I don't want any other women. I only want Claudia.
It's about time to make up. That's good.
Welcome, Mrs. Trump, coming to the head office to investigate work. Applause.
Mr. Lee? Is he your poor friend, Mr. Lee, or the president's special assistant? Why can't I tell?
Hello, boss. Hello, Mrs. Trump.
I suddenly remembered that I have something to do at work. I should get out for a while. Take good care of Mrs. Trump.
You're pushing the blame onto me again.
Mr. Lee, you don't have to pretend anymore.
Well, Mrs. Trump, don't make things difficult for me. I'm just an employee. It was all of the boss's instructions.
Ryan Martin was really playing a big game.
Mrs. Trump, the boss was doing this for your own good. Look, as you want to start a business, he paved the way for you. He even secretly invested in Dairy Queen and set up a competition for you. Well, he even rushed into the fire. He didn't hesitate at all. The boss is so sincere to you. Even the sun and moon can tell.
He actually had done so much for me.
That's right.
Ryan Martin, if Mr. Lee hadn't told me, I didn't even know you had done so much for me.
As long as you don't blame me, all of this is nothing.
What a good show of mutual love. I'm so enviable.
Zach Robert, why is it you again? Why are you haunting me?
What are you trying to do this time?
What am I doing? Look at how much you love each other. Of course, I want to fulfill your wish. Bury you together.
Just you.
Hurry up and attack. Hurry up.
And is it enough?
Zach Robert, this is the underground garage. There's a surveillance camera. Aren't you afraid of going to jail?
I'm about to be expelled from the country. Why would I be afraid of surveillance camera?
If you do this, you will be hunted in Boston, and by the whole Robert family.
Don't mention the Robert family to me. I'm no longer a pawn of the Robert family. Sooner or later, I'll die in a foreign land. On the contrary, even if I die today, I'll drag the two of you down with me.
Zach Robert, you bastard.
Claudia Swan, you can only blame yourself for marrying the wrong person. It is all because of him. Don't blame anyone else.
It seems that I will still protect Miss Swan.
Ryan Martin, are you okay?
Good girl, Claudia. Close your eyes. It'll be done in a while.
Get him.
I told you. A long time ago, I told you not to be arrogant. Did you think I didn't bring any bodyguards so you defeat me? It was me who trained myself.
Ryan Martin, you won't die peacefully.
Even if you're 10 people, I can beat all of you.
Ryan Martin, You're a devil. You stole my Claudia from me. From now on, her business is my business. The rest of your life, nothing good will come to it?
Claudia has always been mine. You've never had her? As for comeuppance, am I upholding justice now?
Don't move out. Mrs. Trump, sorry, I'm late.
Not too late. Send them to prison.
Why, I didn't even touch her and I was injured all over. I just took the money. I haven't succeeded yet.
Your argument and refutation, you should leave them in the prison.
Boss, what about Zach Robert?
Same as Kristen Bell, locked up in prison until death.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Ryan, you're so amazing.
If not, how can I be your bodyguard?
Will you always be my bodyguard?
Of course I, Ryan Martin, will be Miss Swan's bodyguard forever. Claudia, we've registered our marriage, but I want you to wear the wedding dress for me again.
Okay. This time I'm really getting married to Mr. Trump.
Claudia, since the first time we met, I knew I'd madly fallen in love with you. I've traveled thousands of miles to find you, to protect you. I went through ups and downs with you. I finally waited for you to take a look at me. Thank you very much for letting me be a part of your life. Your kindness and tenderness lit up my life in the future. I hope I can continue to protect you, Claudia. I love you.
Wow.
Great. Thank you for the groom's love confession. Now it's time for the groom to kiss the bride.
Kiss.
Claudia, are you going on a business trip again?
Yes, Grandma.
Ever since Diary Queen went public, you're getting busier. What should I say? You've become a world-class flavorist, but what's so good about it? You can't even get a break.
Come on, Grandma. I'm young. Getting busy with work is common.
Ryan, your wife is on a business trip again.
I'll be right back in a week.
Albert, cancel all the schedules for the upcoming week.
Are you going on this trip with me too?
I can't let you travel alone. Go ahead with your work. I'll continue to be your bodyguard.
Oh dear, why are you so annoying?
Claudia, I think you've been irritable lately.
Grandma, she's been working overtime recently. She's probably very stressed.
That's not true. Cough?
Claudia, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Perhaps it was because of something I ate from yesterday evening.
No way. We had breakfast and dinner together, but I'm totally fine.
You fools, Claudia, you're pregnant.
What?
Pregnant?
I'm going to be a father.
Ha ha ha.
I'm going to be a father.
Oh dear, be gentle. Be careful of the baby inside.
That's great. You don't have to go on a business trip now. Ha ha ha.